Super Mayhem.
Hello friends, it's Tim here again from Super Mayhem. Oh! And boy howdy, do we have a fun list for you Mario fans out there today. In the dawn of the late 1980s, and then everyone's favourite 90s, Mario Bros games came into existence and it magically changed the way we lived. It has been possibly the most successful gaming franchise ever, and the creators from Japan became wealthy and well known all around the world for developing one of the most lucrative games of all time. In 2020, Mario technically turns 39 years old. Since 1981, or more popularly recognised as 1985, hooray for the 35th anniversary of Mario by the way, there have been many versions that have come out of the game that has been enhanced or changed by technology to engross its target audience, which is just about everyone and anyone, irrespective of age group. So in lieu of the best game of all time, we bring you the 15 most hidden epic facts about your childhood's, and probably adulthood's, most addictive gaming friend, Super Mario. Oh, and whilst I remember, please comment your favourite Game Genie code for any NES game, and you may be featured in one of our future videos. And whilst you're at it, make sure you smack a big fat like on this, subscribe with notifications on, and with that said, on with the list. The debut. The character of Mario first made its debut in the 1981 arcade game Donkey Kong, and was named Mr. Video, which was later changed to the more probably recognised Jumpman. It was a side character that later made its appearance in its very own game. Also, it was actually a carpenter in the first game and not a plumber, so take that memes or something. The look. The character's clothes and look are in such a way because of the limitations of the original graphics of the NES. Mario is wearing a hat because at the time there was a limitation on drawing the hair of a character, and that was challenging. Also, the figure wears dungarees or overalls so that his arm movements are more clear and gamers can enjoy the game more concisely. So who would have thought back then that those limitations would lead to such an iconic hat and mustache wearing person back then? His love for ladies. Mario has always been associated as a character who saves his lady love. His infamous Princess Peach in the Mario series is a well-known damsel in distress who is saved by him. You may not know though that in the original Donkey Kong, with his alias Jumpman, he is actually on a mission to save his love Pauline from the clutches of Donkey Kong, who traps her. So Princess Toadstool has some competitions, and SJWs are going crazy at the same time. What a combination. Mario is a villain. You wouldn't think that Mario is a villain, but yes, it's true. In the first of the Donkey Kong games, Mario actually had Donkey Kong as his pet and imprisoned the poor animal. That is why, as an act of vengeance, Donkey Kong captures Jumpman's girlfriend. It is also rumoured that the original Donkey Kong in these games has become Cranky Kong in the DK series. So that's some pretty sweet canon right there, if it's true. Relationship with Optimus Prime. Mario had a relationship with the famous Transformer Optimus Prime. Strange, right? But as crazy as it sounds, back in 1983, Mario was voiced by a man named Peter Cullen, who was also the voice of the original Transformers Optimus Prime in the 1980s, cartoons, and the same franchise's movie that was released much later in 2007. As we all know now though, Mario and many of his friends are voiced by Charles Martinet, who apart from sounding awesome is a downright good guy. Depiction of Japan. There is a level in Super Mario Bros. 3 that some people argue is a replica of Japan. The island that is depicted in the game is almost identical to the shape and placement of the country on the map. It even features a castle right where Kyoto is located, which is the headquarters of Nintendo. If you look carefully, there is also a world shaped like a Koopa Troopa, and even a world dedicated to pipes. Pretty neat, hey? You will never see Super Mario Bros. 3 maps the same way again. Mushroom City. When you buy a game, you tend to go straight away to your console and just play with it. But we never really read the story behind the game. Well, at least it was that way in the old days. In Mario's 1985 debut case, it is said that the evil Koopa had turned all the innocent citizens of the Mushroom City into blocks in the game. And our hero Mario is punching all the blocks to earn power-ups and points, which is just downright weird, right? Or something more sinister is behind the block punching perhaps. Like, why would you get points for eliminating poor transformed Mushroom Kingians? Why, Miyamoto, why? The controversy around America's release date. A release date of a game is one of the most crucial and probably recorded thing in history when it comes to video games, but it has actually been a thing of controversy for more than 30 years long, in the case of Mario Bros. 1. The release date in Japan is still clearly documented in the past. However, until today, the Americans are still in doubt whether the game was released in 1985 or 1986. A few sources cite that it was released on October 18th, 1985, while others mention it to be in October 1986. So how did that get lost in history? Surely someone has an order form or something. Who is keeping the books at Nintendo? Career changes. We know Mario is a carpenter and a plumber, but in a few other series, Mario has had significant changes in his career, like a physician, an archaeologist, a kart racer, golfer, and even a successful toy manufacturer. He sure is living every person's dream to do everything in one lifetime. I even found an odd picture of him in an old manga that has him with a gun, so maybe he was even a professional hitman at one stage or something. Maybe someone in the comments has some insights, because I really have no idea where this even came from. Mario Day. People are so fixated on their favourite gaming character that they have dedicated an entire day to celebrate the game's character. March 10th is the official Mario Day celebrated all around the world. This particular day was selected as when the date is abbreviated, it becomes Ma-10. So the obvious decision was taken to make it an official day of Mario, as it spells Mario when you look at it like that. Cameos. Mario is a star in the video game world, and what a star he is. I mean, he even collects them. If he makes cameos in other video games, then they are supposed to be a hit, or so the theory goes. Also, with Mario's popularity, gamers tend to buy other video games in which Mario makes a brief but crucial appearance. The strangest of his appearances is probably in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, where in a mission you'll find a fictional game station console with a book titled Italian Plumber Princess Rescue next to it. Weird. Mario, along with other favourite characters like Luigi and Yoshi, have made appearances in games like The Legend of Zelda and Metal Gear Solid, and of course many other games. The Anagram game name. Nintendo sure used their previous game ideas to create one of the most successful games of all time, Super Mario. They took this even further in the game Pikmin, which was also created by Shigeru Miyamoto. His character in the game is called Captain Olimar, which is spelled as O-R-I-M-A in Japan. And look at the geniuses of Nintendo creators. They used this anagram of Mario to come up with the name of the good old captain. This is called the perfect reuse of existing resources, or maybe some subliminal messaging or something. Yvonne et Niage. The Saviour. Before Mario was introduced, it was believed that the video game industry was going to collapse. There was no new game that people preferred or went crazy for, and things were looking pretty grim for the industry as a whole. With the introduction of the NES and the Mario series, Nintendo created a new wave across the world for video game fanatics. Just imagine, if Mario wasn't introduced at the right time, the whole video game industry would have possibly gone into extinction, and as we know it today, the gaming industry certainly wouldn't have been the same. The inspiration. It is said that Mario inspired the Sega classic Sonic the Hedgehog game franchise. Though as soon as Sonic was introduced, there was an instant rivalry between the two games and their creators. It was Mario vs Sonic fever in the 90s, man. It was tough. However, Sonic's creator, Yuji Naka, accepts that Sonic was inspired by Super Mario Bros. First level. Interestingly, Mario has still got the same position in the gaming world as it had almost 30 years ago, and no game could beat it, no matter how fast you can run. And finally, Addictive Mushrooms? The mushrooms in the game do look a bit weird, right? It's because the producer of Mario, Shigeru Miyamoto, admits that certain types of wild mushrooms inspire people that, if taken, to make the person see things big or small. So were the creators of Mario trying to force gamers into taking addictive psychedelic substances like mushrooms? Or is Mario a drug addict who on certain psychedelic drugs can operate more clearly and find his way out to the princess to be saved? We may never know, but damn, I could use a mushroom right about now. Anyway, that's it for today, friends. I really hope you enjoyed these crazy facts about Super Mario and his biography. As always, if you did, then be sure to smash a big fat like on this video, share it with your friends, subscribe with notifications on, and please do make a comment as I love reading them. And with that, I will catch you soon.